Today's Manna. 가스펠라이프 철치 데니얼 김 목사가 보내드리는 시간입니다.
Hello to the KCBS family. This is Pastor Daniel, and welcome to today's Manna. I actually flew back from Nashville. It was a 24-hour trip here this morning. And the reason for the travel was one of my friends, his dad is going through a battle with a terminal illness called the ALS. He was diagnosed 2.5 years ago, and after years and years of battling with the illness, just witnessing his life coming to a near end just made me question a lot about the characters of God. How can a good God give such a painful suffering to a loyal and faithful family? And in the midst of my doubt and while I was wrestling with God, I had an encounter. I had a time to have a conversation with one of the family. The wife, who was a mother of my friend, as she is sharing about her story, she actually said this one sentence that was very mind-blowing, where she said, "Daniel, I still choose joy every day." I couldn't believe it. As a spectator from far away in Chicagoland and someone who is actually right there going alongside on this journey of illness, she is saying, "I choose joy on a daily basis." Today, what you and I are going to read is another letter that's written by Paul in the book of Philippians chapter 4, verse 4. In my version, in the New Living Translation, Paul says this, saying, "Always be full of joy in the Lord. I say it again, rejoice." When I was in seminary, my professor said, if the author is repeating anything in the same verse, it means that the author is emphasizing the value and the importance of this word. And the word that's repeated here in this short verse that you and I just read together is a word that says, rejoice. And don't forget that Paul is writing this letter to the church of Philippi in the jail. He is being persecuted. He is in pain. He is in a lot of questions. And in the midst of that, what we see is him saying, rejoice. This thing called rejoice is not something to take it lightly. And he doesn't even say it once, but he repeats it again. And this is something that is not natural, but rather something that Paul decided to choose on his daily life. At this time, I want to share with you 3 different key factors of what joy can do. And the first thing is for you to remember that joy is a decision and not just a feeling. That joy is a decision, not just a feeling. And you and I live in a world where our emotions and our feeling come before anything else. But one thing that you and I must remember as believers of Jesus Christ, although our emotions, our feelings are important, it is more important for us to put the Word of God before our feelings and emotions. So choosing joy may not be an emotion that you feel based on your circumstances. In the midst of stress, you're stressed. When something heartbreaking happens, you're very sad. You may cry. When you're angry or frustrated, you may be feeling some anger inside you. But however, the Word of God says, hey, put my words before your feeling, which is why, as believers of Jesus Christ, our response to anger, our response to sadness, although we grieve, although we fear, although we are devastated at times, we still should have a decision to choose joy. The second thing is the reason why we can have this as a decision factor, because secondly, joy is rooted in the Lord, not in anyone's life. Imagine trying to anchor a boat to a piece of driftwood. What you can imagine is it's not going to hold. Life is always shifting. Life always changes. It's like a roller coaster. Sometimes it is high, sometimes it is low. But when you anchor your joy in the Lord, His love, His joy, and His promises, what you are going to experience is you're not going to be drifted within the waves. This is why you must take a moment every single day of your life to choose joy, journal things of what He has done, and remember that God is a faithful God. Lastly, this thing called joy that I'm just talking about. Lastly, joy is contagious and also courageous. Joy is contagious and it is courageous. And I don't know about you, but there are people that I choose to surround myself with when I am discouraged, when I'm devastated, when I'm tired, when I'm angry, when I'm frustrated. I choose to surround myself with people who's going to help me shift my perspective to choose joy. Joy is courageous. It helps you defeat your victim mindset. It helps you defeat the discouragement. It helps you to defeat of you thinking of the sense of fear or even suffering. And this is why you and I must always choose joy. And this is why joy means you saying it to God, saying there's a God who is still good. A lot of people think joy is about escaping reality. Something that you tell your mental self saying, hey, I am actually happy. I am gonna be okay. It is not just an encouraging word that helps you to escape reality, but joy is rather you entering deeper into God's reality. More you know God, more you encounter Him, more intimate you get in your relationship with Jesus Christ, what you're going to see is the Lord blessing you with joy. That's something that you choose on your daily life.
지금까지 가스펠라이프 철치의 데니얼 킴 목사였습니다. 성경이나 예수 그리스도에 관해서 더 알기를 원하시는 분은 시카고 기독교 방송 전화 847-583 영원 구원으로 연락 바랍니다.